Well, Lee, have you got over the shock of last night?
No, I'm not shocked at all. I thought we had a good chance of beating Villa before the game, so I think it's another good win and back-to-back wins. Yeah. Hopefully can just push that a little bit further, because I think a few people had counted the chickens in terms of northeast sort of top dogs and all that.
Whatever can you mean? I think we've established. We always thought that Newcastle have got some good players. It's just that they didn't have enough good players to get through the season. But I mean, last night, I'll let you talk about one of your men, Oba Martins. I know you've got a bit of rapport going with him. I've got to say, Lee, before he scored, he wasn't playing very, very well, was he? But then once he scored, he becomes a different player. Totally.
Great goal for the first one. Good ball by Barton, slip him in, good finish, and then the second one, just as good in it from 2 yards. Yeah. Great run by Jonas. I mean, the basic principles of football: get the ball to the byline, get it across the box, and it should be meat and drink if you've got a good striker, just to tap it in. And it's baffles us when Newcastle United in the past haven't done that, because it seems so obvious.
Yeah, I've got to say, the more I say of Jonas Gutierrez, I mean, I don't interview him because I know you interview all the foreign players. The more I say of him, what a great unselfish player he is, Lee. We would think if David Ginola, if David Ginola had done that run last night that Jonas did, he would have been shouting from the rooftops.
Well, I think he's got, it might sound a bit over the top, but I think he's got a good chance of being even more popular than Ginola because of what you're saying, because he gets back, because he gets stuck in, because he covers every blade of grass.
We noticed in Mallorca, didn't we, that straight away, that the first time we saw him, he was dropping back all the time. Yeah, fair point. We just looked at the Chronicle there. Joey, I am innocent. I've got to say, all this business with Graham Paul on Setanta just leaves me cold. I mean, he's putting let's face it, if Graham Paul had somebody watching him, making decisions every time and going straight on the television, I mean, he would have done his nut. He wasn't the best referee in the world, and I just find all this business with Graham Paul and Setanta, I don't like it at all. I mean, I thought Steve Bennett had a poor game last night. I mean, the incident Joey's talking about there, I mean, he gave his only interview with the Chronicle after the game, and we've got the headline, I'm innocent. I mean, we saw Agbonlahor barge into Joey, and the momentum took him into the foul of the play. I mean, Steve Bennett got it wrong. But, I think it's something Joey's going to have to live with. I mean, as I spoke to him last night, he is a little bit concerned that his reputation's going before him.
Well, that was always going to be the danger. But for me, Agbonlahor more or less picked him up and threw him against James Milner, didn't he? And then he got booked for fouling James Milner on the way down. But
hey, by the way, speaking of James Milner, what about the 2 fouls he committed? We spoke to Tales afterwards. That was a terrible foul.
Someone must have been feeding him red meat.
James, if the truth was told, James Milner could have been sent off last night, but because he's got this squeaky clean image, he gets away with it. But there you go. I mean, I spoke to Joey, and he was fine. He says he says, I'm going to bed and I want to sleep with a clear conscience. And we talked, a little bit about Fulham, which it's next protocol Fulham. I mean, there's no reason to think Newcastle cannot win, and Newcastle moved 6 places up the league table last night. What an amazing league it is, with the teams. I think the 5 bottom teams at the weekend all won. So it's. This is Newcastle United. You never know what you're going to get, Lee.
Exactly.